Hi, everyone. Well, today we're going to review a new bottle that I've had before. One that I really didn't like that much, but as I've done in past videos, I like to give bottles that maybe I didn't like before another try. We're going to review Old Forester 100 Proof Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, or as it's sometimes called, Old Forester Signature 100 Proof. I've had this before. This was another one on my pre-TikTok days. I think I did a post on this on Facebook, one of the whiskey groups that I'm still a member of, but which I really don't post in anymore. I found when I had it at the time, tastes may change. I just found that there was some type of a bitter taste that I just did not like about it. Now, understand, this is not particular with all the Old Foresters, because since then, during my TikTok days and videos, I reviewed the Old Forester 1910 Old Fine Whiskey, 93 proof. Really liked it with the double barrel and all that stuff. Also reviewed, and one which, I came back to as well, Old Forester 1920 Prohibition Style, the 115 proof. Really liked it. And the absolute best, in fact, one of my top of 2023 last year, was the Old Forester Single Barrel, the Blue Label. The barrel proof, absolutely loved that one. So it's not something to do with Old Forester in general, it's just this one. So we're going to come back, give this another try. What I find interesting, though, is that you have this 100 proof. It's not a bottled and bond, but then in the Whiskey Row series, you have, I think it's the 1897 that is a bottled and bond. And here's what's funny. I didn't like that one either. I did review that one, the 1897 bottled and bond. I was not thrilled about that. So it could be something with that 100 proof, whether it be bottled and bond or the 100 proof, or maybe I like this one. So it's kind of interesting that there are certain types of proofs, maybe at certain proofs levels, certain types of distilleries and brands that maybe where I might like it more at a higher proof or at a different proof. This particular proof's been a problem for me with this brand. Let's see how we like this again. So just to refresh, company's Brown-Forman. The distillery is Old Forester Distilling Company. Proof's 100 again, not a bottled and bond, 100 proof. Non-age stated. The mash bill is the typical, although there's one exception. This is the typical Old Forester proof. Old Forester mash bill, 72% corn, 18% rye, and 10% malted barley. Just a few fun facts. George Garvin Brown has his signature on every bottle. It's on this one. This is the longest running bourbon brand around, as far as I know. It was the first bourbon to sell its distillate in sealed bottles, and also was one of the few whiskeys that were allowed to operate during Prohibition for medicinal purposes. And I went into that when I reviewed the Old Forester 1920 Prohibition style. So no cork here. We're just gonna get this screw top off and get it in a glass and see if we like it any better this time. Okay, so we got this poured up. It is a screw top. No cork pop to show, so we just put it in the glass. I find some of these Old Foresters are rather on the darker side. This definitely is darker. I find we'll get on the palate right now. There are, certainly with this and the others, and I know definitely the 1910, there is a rich smell to these noses. There's definitely something, there definitely is something on the robust side on the nose. Getting a little bit of ethanol, but definitely a rich smell. Let's get right into the taste, and let's see if we like it better the second time. Cheers. Maybe a drop better. This is a while ago. We're talking probably pre-TikTok days. I mean, we've been doing this, I don't know, like over a year and a half, almost 2 years now. So, again, I've also had a lot of other Old Forester expressions, higher proofs, different expressions and brands, and I wouldn't call this, super high rye, but this is, 18%, certainly more than Wild Turkey, which is 13. So my palate has expanded. I like this better than I did the first time. Let's definitely put it that way. I prefer the single barrels off the charts. 1910, 1920, I did do comparisons with those, and I actually made a 1915. Each of them has, they're both very good. But this is good. I like, I think I may like those better. I will tell you this right now, that I like this better than its cousin, the 1897 Bottled in Bond. Although maybe I should try that again. This, you know, I don't know. This was something with that I didn't like. Maybe after coming off the other Whiskey Rose from 1920, 1910, maybe the 1897 was a drop in that. I had that after those, so could be because I think those were better. There is deep, rich caramel, all your traditional flavors, but I feel that they're pretty, there's pretty deep flavor in here. This is a robust 100 proof. All right, well, because I hear a lot of people say a lot of good things about this one, I figured it was worth another shot. I know it has a counterpart, the 100 proof, that's the rye. That I have not had, I probably won't. But this definitely, I would say, I definitely like this better now than I did maybe 2 years ago. So I'm glad I came back to it. I'm not going to probably bother with the 86 proof. There is a base 86 proof that's even, this is like around $30 in New Jersey, and then the 86 proof's a little bit less than that. I'm probably not going to dip below this, but this is why we always come back to bottles. Something you didn't like before, give it another try. And I've had times where I like some in the past, maybe my taste changed, I don't like it as much, but this is a good example of coming back to a bottle, liking it more. So, better result this time than the last. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Take care.